Here are 11 signs that she's a liability, not an asset. Number 1, she's highly attention seeking and is constantly in need of validation and approval from others. Number 2, does not take accountability for her actions. Number 3, difficulty managing her emotions in a healthy way. Number 4, materialistic. Number 6, poor character, lacks integrity. Number 7, needy and extremely jealous. Number 8, insecure. Number 9, controlling. Number 10, does not maintain a certain level of privacy.
What is up, everyone? My name is C. Hola. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's been watching lately. So I just played you guys that clip at the beginning. That was Samantha Lee. She's a relationship and life coach for women, but she's also giving men great advice on 11 signs that will tell you as a man if a woman that you're dealing with is a liability and not an asset. Let's get into it. Let's react. I think a skill that every single man should try to cultivate and work on is being able to see people's qualities and being able to see the qualities that your romantic partner possesses. Let's go into 11 signs that she's a liability, not an asset. Number 1, highly attention seeking. What does that look like? If she's posting a lot of pictures on Instagram, posts a lot of stories of her wherever she's going, whatever she's doing. If she's posting pictures of herself scantily clad in bikinis, on a beach, in some nice, fancy, exotic destination. I know this young woman wants attention from the world because there's no other reason for you to put everything that you're doing out there unless you want attention. This is a very dangerous one. In today's day and age, a lot of attractive women, young and maybe slightly older, have social media and they use it to show their followers what they're doing and also get attention from the opposite sex, from men. So if a woman is just putting herself out there a ton and constantly putting pictures up, constantly putting stories up, she likes attention. We as people in today's day and age, I believe, cannot be happy just sitting by ourselves without external stimulus from the world. People talk about dopamine detoxes. People talk about withdrawing from social media. But we're so used to, as a generation, those of us who live in modern times, to getting so much damn attention. You put a picture up, a bunch of people comment. You put a story up, a bunch of people like your story and comment your story. We as a generation are always seeking validation from other people. Sadly, I don't think any other generation before us has been so damn attention seeking, and it's not good for us. Let's go back to women. I think women are more insecure than ever in today's day and age because they're constantly seeking attention from the world. They need it. They crave it. A woman who is highly attention seeking, for me, is a red flag. I know that maybe I can have some fun with her, maybe go out with her a couple of times and have a little fun, but long term, I know that her attention seeking behavior is going to be a problem because let's put it this way. It's done deliberately so the whole world can see what she's doing. You'd think that exes aren't commenting on her stories and pictures and liking her pictures. They are. So it's kind of like having a door open to attention from men and men who could be potential partners. So that's the modern world that we live in. A large amount of attractive women use social media and post a lot and put a lot of stories up. It's just the way it is. But if they do it to an extreme amount, highly attention seeking, that's a red flag for me. Let's move on to number 2. Doesn't take accountability for her actions. Now, let's talk about what accountability actually looks like. Accountability, in my book, is accepting that they did something wrong, apologizing, and here's the big one, changing their behavior versus, which is what a lot of women do, and people in today's day and age, playing the victim and blaming. Taking accountability for your actions is important. Me personally, if I do something wrong or I mess up, I own up to it and I try to change my behavior. It seems like a lot of women can't take accountability for their actions. I've said this before. It's hard to put the mirror to your own face and say, look, This is what I did and I messed up. It's super hard. It's not easy. There are a lot of women who don't take responsibility or accountability for their actions. They just do stuff. They play the victim. They blame the other people or parties involved instead of looking at the fact that they, and I've said this before in my other videos, you play a part in the things that happen in your life. You kind of have to look at the decisions you take and try to act proactively, right? What can I do better? This happened to me. How can I do things better next time? What could I have said? What could I have done? That's you taking accountability for the things that happen to you. We need more of that in this world. Let's talk about the third one. Difficulty managing her emotions in a healthy way. Managing your emotions, ladies and gentlemen, is extremely hard. It's not easy. I've had times in my life where I've been extremely stressed out and I've done things such as I've blown up and yelled at a security guard on a college campus because I was super stressed out and tense and he said something I didn't like and I was right and he was wrong and I blew up at him and I yelled at him and I chewed him up and I spit him out verbally. We've all had moments like that in life where our emotions just come out and tempers flare. And we get mad, we get irate, we yell at somebody, we get into a fight with somebody maybe. It happens, but it's important as an adult to learn how to manage your emotions in a healthy way. A woman who has difficulty managing her emotions lacks emotional maturity. As a man, right, let's talk about stoicism. Stoicism is the goal in men, to be calm and collected. Like I think of MMA fighters when I think of stoicism. When MMA fighters in the UFC are fighting, they've got like a broken arm, they're bloody, they're battered, they're still quiet, poker faced, and still beating the crap out of each other. And they're stoic. They're not yelling. They're not, this hurt. My arm. No, that's not stoicism. Stoicism is you being stone-faced, calm, collected, and pushing and moving forward. Stoicism is apparently the goal in men. I try to be a stoic and not overreact and not let my emotions get the best of me. It's really hard, but I'm getting there little by little. I'm not going to say I'm 100% stoic yet, but managing your emotions is important as an adult. No man wants to date a woman who can't handle her emotions. She's going to argue with you every single time you do something she doesn't like, or she's going to have an issue with a colleague or a boss, going to be angry and get home and take it out on you. So managing your emotions in a healthy way is important. I don't think it's attractive for a woman to not know how to handle her emotions. Let's talk about point number 4, materialistic. For some people, sadly, material goods equal temporary happiness. Some people feel happy when they go shopping. You get a nice dopamine hit, even though it's temporary, when you buy some new sneakers, some new clothes, some new jewelry, etc., etc. But in today's glamorous world, a lot of people equate material goods with happiness. I'm going to talk to you guys about a personal experience that I had. During the pandemic, I was doing really well financially. I was making more money than I ever had. And I became very materialistic for a while. I bought a bunch of new clothes, a bunch of jewelry. I traveled a lot. I invested a lot in the gym and exercise and looking good. I had a 6-pack. But one thing that happened to me is I unfortunately felt empty inside. I remember going on vacation in Miami with my 6-pack, my nice clothes, my jewelry, and partying a lot. I did that a lot during the pandemic. And one trip while I was there, I don't know what happened, but I was at the airport and I think I had felt this way, I think the day before, but I felt empty. I said, like, what am I doing really? Like, I'm just looking good, dressing expensive, going to nice places to eat, spending my money, going out with hot girls. Like, I'm being honest with you guys because you're my audience. I felt empty. I really did. I felt empty and I didn't like that. So I had to self-reflect and basically kind of see that for me, the whole being materialistic didn't make me happy. It didn't. So I had to go do a 180 and go back in the other direction and not be as materialistic. And I started to look for deeper things in life, the deeper meaning of things. And, I don't want to ramble too much, but for me, being materialistic didn't make me happy. Let's go back to why materialism is not good in women. Because a person who's materialistic constantly has to be buying things. The most modern phone, the newest clothes, the new brand of shoes that she likes that just came out. So she spends a lot of money on material goods. And guess what? As her partner, potentially as her provider, you're going to be paying for all these expensive things. Materialistic. She likes vacations. Guess who's paying for the next vacation? You are, buddy. Let's look at 6. The 6th sign is poor character, lacks integrity. My advice to young men and men in general, I'm 36, I'm a millennial. I've been around the block more than once. My advice is give yourself at least 6 months to get to know someone. We're all on our best behavior in the beginning. We try to impress our partner. We're dressing good. We're behaving well, more well than average. But little by little, and I've read psychology articles that say that roughly 6 months is kind of the period where you realize if a person is marriage material or not. But give yourself 6 months. It takes time to get to know someone's character. And like I said before, we're all on our best behavior at the beginning of a relationship. Here's the other thing too. Character, ladies and gentlemen, is what your partner does, not what they say or what they say they're going to do. Look at what they're actually doing. A person's actions is going to tell you what their character is. Just look at that. Look at what the person is doing. I didn't cover all of these, just the ones that I thought were interesting. But let's talk about number 9. Controlling. Controlling partners use a lot of manipulation tactics to mold and shape your behavior. I personally dated a woman who I know is a narcissist, has narcissistic traits and tendencies and characteristics. One thing that my narc ex did was totally disapprove of my relationship with my parents. As a Latino, I'm very close to my parents. I talk to my mom on a regular basis. Sometimes almost every day still. I talk to my dad regularly. My family is close-knit like a lot of Latino families. And my ex, my narc ex, did not like the fact that I was very close to my parents. She didn't like that. So that was her trying to be controlling. Another thing that controlling partners do is they try to isolate you from other people. They try to kind of make you their own object. That's a dangerous thing. When a person isn't letting you do the things that you normally do or disapproving of everything that you're doing, they're trying to mold and shape your behavior so you do as they say more. And that's controlling behavior. I don't want a woman who's going to control me. At the end of the day, I think that a controlling partner is an insecure partner. And security in a partner is sexy. It's something that I value and like. I like a woman who's secure about herself. I don't like being controlled, and I know that that would be a problem in a relationship for me if my partner was very controlling. All right. My name is C. Appreciate every single person that watched this video. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back next week with more videos, y'all. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.